Hi guys, Andy here, and welcome to Elemental 7 Minutes in Heaven. I'm still not entirely sure what the hell this game is about. It was for free when I saw it on Itch.io. Oh wait, hang on. What is my name? Sorry, I think I accidentally clicked it. My name is Andy, for starters, and yeah, welcome. A pleasure, Andy. I hope you enjoy your time playing Elemental 7 Minutes in Heaven. You were sitting at home just doing nothing when the phone rang. Hello? That's very accurate of what I look like right now. You heard the voice of your friend, frantically yelling at you from the receiver. Andy, you'll never believe what has happened. You've got to get over to my house right away. Her screeching caused you to hold the phone a few inches away from your ear. Kitty? What? Now? You looked at the clock. It was 8 o'clock in the evening. You sighed, thinking that you really didn't have time for any more of her nonsense. Do I really have to? Yes, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Would I lie about something like this? Forget that. Just get over here. Name the time. To make up for it, I'll buy you dinner any night you want. Just name the time and the place. Though I doubt you'll be asking for compensation once you've seen what's going on. You pondered about it. You were a sucker for free food. Also, this thing that she was so anxious to show you was piquing your interest. Alright, just give me 30 minutes and I'll be there. Awesome. You won't regret it, I swear. You heard the phone click and followed suit by hanging up your own. You went to your closet to get a fresh outfit and then to the bathroom to freshen up. In about 15 minutes, you headed out the door and down the block to Kitty's house. Wow, like 30 minutes? Wow. Okay. She opened the door and looked around as if she were hiding something, then smiled at you brightly. Come in, quickly. Kitty pulled you in by the arm. You were about to protest when you saw instantly what she had called you here for. Okay, there's like 14 guys here. In her living room were 14 very attractive looking guys, all spread throughout the living room. They all looked unique, to say the least. You also noticed a few other girls that looked just about as lost as you did, some petrified. You looked back and forth, taking in the scene, thinking that it was indeed odd that your friend had that many guys in her house, but also wondering what she needed you here for. Obviously, we're going to take place in a massive orgy a la All the Lovers, so just so you know. Do you need me to get rid of these guys? Are you all being held hostage? Dear God, no. Listen. She pulled you closer to tell you something. Do you know the elements? You know, like fire, water, wind, etc. You nodded, still confused. Well, these men here are the embodiment of each element. You stared at her like she was crazy. What you talking about, Kitty? I didn't believe it either at first, but each of these guys has some characteristic about them that corresponds to their element. So I thought I wanted to take advantage of the situation while we have it. And I wanted to share it with you. I've already talked it over with the guys and they agreed. Well, most of them did. You were more lost than ever. What do you mean? Kitty left the room for a moment, leaving you to stand there dumbfounded. A few minutes later, she came back in the room with a black hat full of papers in her hands and a large grin. It started to dawn on you why she called you here. Oh, hell no. You made a dash for the exit, but were stopped by two men. One rather tall with a fox-like face, another with dark hair and eyeshadow. Come now, you don't think you're getting out of here that easily, do you, honey? The foxman smiled mischievously at you. Do you really hate us that much? That seems to happen to me a lot. The emo boy looked disappointed. Seeing that you had no way out of there, you took a seat on the floor next to some of the other victims Kitty had picked out. She stuck the hat under your nose. Since you tried to escape, you get a pick first. You'll enjoy it though, don't worry. After all, it is 7 minutes in heaven. She smiled with a mischievous flicker in her eye. Why? Don't question it. Just enjoy the ride. I'm not gonna comment on that. That's way too easy. Scan the top of the papers, go for the middle, reach for the very bottom. Let's go for the middle. Now let's go for the bottom. You went straight for the bottom. The paper you selected was boysenberry, black, lavender, and pink. I quite like all these colors. Let's go with black. You looked at the paper and saw brittle inside. I am what you'll need when your heart is broken. I always feel empty. Can you feel the void within me? What am I? That's kinda sad. You waved Kitty over. She had gone to flirt with a guy with poofy green hair who was flexing a bicep in response. You waved Kitty, and showed her the slip. Finally, thank God. She also looked sad, but scanned the room until she found the person in question. Oh, Jesus Christ. You saw her walk over to someone in a dark gray cloak. He looked like he had been trying to hide from everyone else. She gestured that it was his turn, and he seemed surprised and shook his head. Kitty put her hand on her hip and pointed to the closet. You saw her mouth the word go. Again, the boy shook his head, more vigorously this time. Impatient, Kitty grabbed a strap of his cloak and dragged him over to the closet, tossing him in and shutting the door. She placed a large, muscly guy in front of the door so he couldn't get out. She jogged back over to you with a grin on her face. Okay, your partner is ready. You raised an eyebrow. I'm sorry, did you say pray? Oh, come on, Andie. Everyone knows you have a weak spot for the shy guys. She nudged you in the arm. Well, that wasn't entirely untrue. You didn't feel happy about being labeled as some kind of hunter. You rubbed your temple and walked towards the closet. The tall, earth-toned man saw you and stepped aside. Kitty must have given him instructions to let me pass. You walked into the closet and closed the door behind you. Hello? You wondered where he went. You heard a small gasp and a sniffle come from about knee level. You looked down to see the cloaked boy huddled with his knees to his chest. He had turned to look at you and his head fell back. From what you could tell, he had jet black hair and what light shone through was framed across his pink rose-colored eyes. You felt a slight skip in your heart. He's actually kinda cute up close. You noticed he had bad dark circles though and wondered how much sleep he'd get. He shuffled uncomfortably. You must have been staring for a while. You cleared your throat and held out your hand. Hi, I'm Andie. He scooted away slightly. You felt a bit hurt but continued trying to talk with him. What's your name? You could barely hear him say anything. I'm sorry, I couldn't catch that. He mumbled. What? Oh my god, he's fucking space. You kneeled down closer to him to hear him better. He shivered and leaned back, but this time you heard him more clearly. Space. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. I'll back up. You shuffled to the other side of the closet and sat with your knees up. No. He seemed slightly more relaxed. My name is Space. I'm the element space. Oh, is space an element? I don't think space is an element, but okay. You nodded, finally understanding, but then again, I'm fucking stupid in fucking science. I didn't know space was an element. I just thought there were only 4. Space looked hurt. But I exist. I always existed. Now you felt like an ass. No, I didn't mean it that way. It's my fault. I'm not educated enough. Sorry. So sorry. Please don't cry. I'm not crying. So he said, but he looked like he was on the verge of tears. You resisted the urge to give him a hug. I just don't like small places. Or really big places. Huh, why? Because it's scary. Small areas you can't move much. You're trapped. Big places you can get lost. Maybe even never be found. Even worse when it's empty. Space hugged his shoulders. But why? You're the element of space. Those places are you. Huh? What? What do you mean? He looked at you with wide eyes. You swallowed. He looked way too innocent to have existed for so long. You took a deep breath to calm yourself and explained. Well, look. Aside from me and these walls, everything in here is you. This closet is full of space. Here, try standing up. You rose to your feet and held out your hand to him. He examined your hand for a moment but took it. You pulled him to a standing position and noticed he was taller than you expected. Your heart skipped again, but you held it at bay. You cleared your throat. See, there's plenty of room to stand in. And as for big spaces, well, I think that's also good. There's room for more life and good things, like an ice cream stand. You saw Space snicker, but he covered his mouth. You think so? Well, yeah, who doesn't like ice cream? Oh yeah, and donuts. This time he laughed openly. You were taken aback. You weren't sure he would smile from how reserved he'd been, but it was a relief to see. It was his nice smile, too. So my main purpose is to be around so people can have their ice cream stands and donut shops. That's so sad. That is sad. Tears streamed from his eyes while he was smiling. Wait, no, I mean there's more than that, but I just like ice cream and donuts. I mean, sorry. But what I guess I'm trying to say is that space doesn't have to be scary. And you found your eyes traveling to his lips. You hadn't realized how close you were since he let down his guard. Less space can be good sometimes. Well, Space took a breath, finally calming down. Maybe you're right. I mean, you exist in my space, so I guess it can't be all that. It can't be all bad. You blinked. Did he really just say that? He didn't mean anything by it, right? What if he did? Internal screaming. You noticed he was looking at you. Your face flushed. Oh, thank you. And I'm glad you exist because, well, without you, I couldn't be alive, so, You put your hand on your face. Why are you rambling? You felt a small tap on your shoulder and jumped. Space was looking at you with an expression you couldn't quite place. Curiosity. Andie, would you mind if I kissed you? What? You weren't sure what you just said, but you really weren't sure you heard him right. You want to kiss me. Why? Yes. He stated it so directly. Where was his sudden confidence coming from? But he still seemed innocent. What is this new combination of character traits? I can't even. I mean, I've never kissed a girl before. And I like you. If you don't want to, I'd under... Ooh, that's actually a really good photo. You cut him off by kissing him. His adorableness was too overwhelming. He seemed surprised, but relaxed somewhat, though he didn't really seem to know where to put his hands. You grabbed his hands and put them around your waist. He tensed but gently held on to you. Your own hands were placed on his chest. He started to get better with the kiss too, mirroring your own actions. You're beginning to run out of breath and broke away for a moment. Space was breathing just as hard as you were. He looked like he was contemplating something. So, something less space can be better, you said. His grip on you got stronger and he pulled your body close to his. He smiled. Yes, you're right. I really like this. Your brain short-circuited for a moment, and space seemed to take advantage of your being spaced out. He pressed his lips to yours and kissed you deeply, a slightly low moan of happiness accompanying it. Yeah! Suddenly, the door was flung open and Kitty interrupted your moment. Whoa, wait, I figured you'd be on the offensive, Andie. Not the other way around. Wasn't he a shy guy? Your face must have been beet red, and you made to leave the closet, but felt yourself being pulled back. Oh, what? Oh, Jesus. Space had pulled you back to him and wrapped his arms around you. No, I want there to be as little space as possible between us. You're staying with me. I think I unlocked his hidden possessive side. For the rest of the evening, you were caught up in Space's clutches as he placed kisses on your neck and nuzzled you. Not that you were complaining. The end. Space's bubble. Aw, that was cute. I quite liked it. That was very cute. That was actually really cute. I thought it was going to be like way worse than I thought it was going to be, so A+. But yeah, that was Elemental 7 Minutes in Heaven. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, remember to leave a like on this video. If you want to see some more content like this, consider supporting me on Patreon. There are a few cool rewards like movie night and I don't remember what else. It's all in the description below. But yeah. Best edited video ever. Bye.